Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in two Derptastic tanks. One is the EZ8 Sherman, which you're seeing right here, and the other one is the M4 Sherman. Now, I love these two tanks purely because of this 105 Derp. I'm not a fan of the 75mm, it's just not me at all, and it's just a little bit boring. The Derp guns are what this tank is all about, because you can have some absolute memes with this gun. Obviously, on the M4 Sherman, the Derp gun is really nice. There's a lot of tanks that you can one-shot at that tier with it, and it's just pretty memey. At this tier, the Derp gun is a little bit less effective. You know, as always, it's a tier 5 Derp, so obviously, the further up you go, the less effective... oh, that was a penetration on that M4 Revelry, that poor guy. Yeah, so the further you go up, the less effective the Derp gun generally is, because a 105mm Derp gun isn't the highest caliber in the world, and obviously when you get up to tier 8, there's quite a few tanks with like 100mm or 105s anyway, and they fire standard rounds for like 300 alpha. So the caliber at that tier isn't all that good, especially when you see tier 6 as a fair bit. I mean tier 8, sorry, a fair bit at tier 6, which is what we're seeing here. This game is horrendously bottom tier. But it's still memes, because obviously it's HE. Doesn't always have to pen to do damage. Although when you pen for 401 like that is, oh, beautiful. But the thing is, with the EZ8, for example, is you actually get a gun stabilizer, which means that your accuracy becomes 20% better with the Derp gun, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, the reload is slightly better than the standard M4 Sherman as well. The aim time's slightly better. It just generally, all round, the tank performs better with the Derp gun than the tier 5, which is the way it should be. So you get that trade-off of it performs generally more consistently better, but you don't have as many tanks that you can pen as you do with the tier 5, basically. And it is definitely way better on the M4A3E8. Definitely way better. But they're both really fun, and the M4 Sherman was my original tank. That was my first tier 5. It was the tank that I really started aiming for in this game. Like, people always say, oh, my first tank to aim for was the Tiger and all that. No. Me, the Sherman. Wanted the Sherman. I'd seen the Sherman a couple of times in real life before I was ever really truly into like tanks and the history of them all and stuff like that. And it was like, that tank's cool, I want it. So I played the M4 Sherman a fair amount, and it will always have a place in my heart purely for that reason. It's been really the reason I got into the game. So we're in this replay anyway on not Vineyards, it's Sunset Coast. We'll get there. On Sunset Coast, and like I say, we are horrendously bottom tier in the EZ8. And we're just using this position we've got here to, as great an effect as we can, to try and keep the gun going. Because hopefully, well, as you've seen really, from the people that were crossing the one line, we actually got shots into their side. I mean, we penned a Sturmill, we penned a M4 Revelry as well, which was pretty memey. We've got a shot of this I think it's Britannia Panther, not a Poodle, and we get a nice shot into him. Now we've got a Primo Victoria over here that we're going to try and get some shots into, keep derping away. We've got this Belleroth on, which is causing a distraction, and luckily for me, I can just keep pummeling shots in. But unfortunately, we get double tagged there, I think by the Iron Rain and the medium tank again, which is really unfortunate. And now we've not got the health to play with, because obviously one more shot is going to lead to our downfall. Unfortunately, we missed that shot on the Chinese TD, and now we've got a shot at this VK 3001P. I'll say that one hits as well. Doesn't pen though, because only +3 on the XP. I say it doesn't pen. We always know it's not going to pen. It clearly didn't do much damage. We're up to 2k damage, 171 assistance, and we just got to be a bit careful now. And that's the main thing. We just got to be careful with our hit points. This was back when the T92 didn't have a name for some reason, like the T95E2 didn't. If you're wondering about the bug, that is. And now we're unspotted. Anyway, we can actually pull up and get some more shots at these guys. We can get a hull down here. It's an area we can sort of get ourselves covered. The Iron Rain is just poking out, so we managed to get a shot into his back. The Primo Victoria gets shut down, and there's only a couple of tanks left. Now, obviously, we're shutting down the Iron Rain. I'm thinking, well, I need to get one more kill on a tank that's 2 tiers higher, and I should have a shiny medal. So I want to go chasing after these guys. The VK3001P in front of me is about to get shut down, and there's just one TD left, which actually I think is the Chinese one maybe, from earlier on that managed to escape. And we're just going to go hunting for him. Obviously, if he catches us out, well, yeah, we're going to die because we've not got the hit points. It's going to be a game of chance, really. Who catches who first? And this TD gets spotted. It is the WZ131 GFT. We're going to see if we can get the shot into him. Oh, straight into the rear. Unfortunately, it doesn't pen, though. And he gets finished off by the Bellerophon. And that was a really nice game for saying we were so horrendously bottom tier in the Easy 8 Sherman. Derptastic as always. We've got some juicy pens in there. Especially that one on the Revelarice on his side. I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect to pen that guy. We're finished with 2 kills, 2.2k damage. The lever sliders, we already killed 2 tier 8s. Ace Tanker, Confederate, and 1572 base XP. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to show these replays purely because I just thought, well, we've not had any dirt replays for a while, so let's get some Derptastic fun on the channel. We've had quite a few of the new things that's come out, quite a lot of lengthy videos, so I thought, hey, a short of Derptastic video, let's do it. And Derptastic they are. So we're on to the second game, and this time we are in the tier 5 M4 Sherman, and we're on proc, which, for 12 degrees of gun depression with this gun, perfect map. Perfect map for it. There's only one artillery, which means that we're not going to get pummeled from the sky consistently. And we're just going to go to the ridgeline, to the normal spot that I'd go, and see what we can get derping on. Because we just need to get derping. We just need to get the pens in, get some fantasticness. And this one, we are top tier. So there's quite a few tanks that we can do some significant damage to with this derp gun. I'm going to try and get onto this ridgeline here to see if we can spot anything. I do pop a random blind shot towards the K-line there in the hope that possibly there's something crossing and we get one of those crazy blind shots that you get that's like, oh, this is memes. Artillery tried to take a swing at us there. Fortunately enough, he missed. So we just pull back behind ridgeline, and now we're on spotted again. We're going to see what we can get shots out. We actually spot the artillery as he fired because it's a tier 4, so it's shorter range, and that we got that guy out, which is perfect. Now we can just abuse everything possible with our gun depression. We know we're going to not get pooped on from the sky by the artillery now, so we're just going to start smashing people with this dirt gun. We're getting some nice shells into this tier 4 Italian tank, and we finish him off. Actually, that was the tier 5. We're loading the heat here for the KV-1 because the 102mm of penetration that this tank has is enough to go through the mid plate of the KV-1 and the lower plate. So we've got to hit the exact right spot, and we do, and we pen it twice. Now we've got a Matilda. We can try and pen this Matilda with the heat. We have to hit it directly on the front plate though. We're not really going to pen it anywhere else, and we're just going to keep popping some heat shells. Really what we're doing is wasting the heat shells there, because the likelihood of being able to hit that guy at the distance we were, yeah, no. There's this Hetzer that gets spotted. We pent the Hetzer. Oh no. Pen the Hetzer in the side, shut him down, and now there's this Matilda again. We managed to track the Matildas, which is why we go straight for the heat rounds. I want to try and get a meme shell straight in and get the pen for the big damage, but we end up tracking him only with the heat round because it hits his side. So we reload the HE again because, well, we're sick of wasting the heat rounds really. We get another shot into his tracks, which is always the perfect thing for HE. Is with these derp guns, when you're firing at people, just getting the HE and tracking them, keeping them in place, then you can just keep derping them. And a lot of times, obviously, at this tier, people don't really have that skill, that bigger skill crew generally. So a lot of them might not have trap mechanic in that. So you can perma-track people with this derp gun with a 6.6 second reload. So it's always worth it, is that, especially when you're bottom tier, either in this tank or the Easy 8, if you're going against tanks that are lower tier than you, just, not even lower tier, higher tier than you, just go for the tracks, track them, pin them in place, you'll get loads of assistance, and sometimes you can perma-track them. Now we've got a filthy pen there on the side of that Stug, full health, one-shot him, and we're now going for some shots on this DW2. Now, with this derp gun, I know I can actually pen this guy in the side with the derp HE, if it goes in. We didn't actually pen in there, we just splashed him for the final 72 of his health. We don't quite get the shot at the Panzer IV-H, and we're hoping to see if we can see another heavy tank down here. And in fact, the KV-1S gets spotted up there. We know where two of the heavy tanks are. There's this KV-1S and the one at H2. And we're just trying to get some derp shots on this guy, trying to loop them over the ridge. I mean, the likelihood of being able to get shots on him is very unlikely. And it's like, oh, you know what, no, I'm just giving up on that guy. I think Swindle's got the chance of killing him in his Rampanzer. And he ends up ramming him and killing him, getting the eye for an eye. And it's like, right, well, okay, screw it. I'm going for this captured KV-1. We're going to go try and shut this guy down. And I think at this point now that we're charging in, Randy goes, hey, you're on for a Radley's. Like, am I? Oh, so I am. And it's like, okay, we're gonna go, gonna get there. Are we gonna get there? We need to get there. I want it. Charge after this captured KV-1, just hoping that nobody shuts him down. Hoping artillery doesn't do it, and we get over first, and we manage to shut him down and get the Radley Walters medal, get the 8th kill in the Big Daddy Dirtman. And we finished that kill with the epic victory. 8 kills, 1800 damage, not the most damage in the world, but it was a Radley Walters, 311 assisted. Like I say, Radley's, Ace Tanker, the crucial contribution, Devastator, Top Gun, and yeah, 1636 base XP. And a very nice game for the M4 Sherman. It was a Radley Walters after all. So, as always everybody, hope you enjoyed the Derptastic replays. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!